Hey friends, welcome to this new video all about Garten of Banban 8. Yesterday the final trailer for chapter 8 was finally released, and wow, what a trailer it was. But today we're not just here to talk about the visuals. Inside the trailer there are no less than 4 different soundtracks, and believe me, each one deserves to be listened to carefully. I managed to remove the dialogues and voice from the trailer, isolating the music cleanly so we can listen to them together and understand what the developers might be trying to tell us. Some of these tracks could hint at scenes, characters, or even shocking twists. In today's video, we'll listen to all 4 soundtracks one by one, we'll analyze them together, note by note, and I'll share a few personal theories on what they might mean. But before we begin, if you're a Garten of Banban fan like I am, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any new videos. And of course, leave a like if you enjoy soundtrack breakdowns and all the latest news about the game. Now it's the time to discover the new official soundtracks. Are you ready? Alright, now it's the moment we've been waiting for. Let's start listening to the soundtracks one by one and see what we can discover from each track. Hey friends. Hey friends. This is the first soundtrack, very interesting. Now, let's move on to the second soundtrack. Hey friends. And now it's time to listen to the third soundtrack. Pay close attention to the details because this one might be hiding some really important clues. Hey friends. Finally, here we are with the fourth and last soundtrack. Let's see if this one gives us any final revelations before the game is released. Now it's finally time to analyze the soundtracks. Let's start right away with the first soundtrack, which gives us the first impression of the game's atmosphere. This first track sounds like an ambient style OST, very soft, almost relaxing. There are no aggressive sounds or intense rhythms, which makes us think it's used during a calm phase of the gameplay. Most likely, we'll hear this while freely moving around the map without any immediate threats. It could be one of those moments when the game gives us time to explore, look around, collect items, or maybe read important documents that add depth to the story. Let's not forget that Chapter 8 will be set inside the prison, in Sirinjon's clinic, and also in some areas of the city. So it's possible that this soundtrack plays during the early exploration of one of these environments. Maybe we're walking through the halls of an abandoned facility, hearing only our footsteps and this music in the background, creating a false sense of calm that makes us relax. But only for a moment, because in Garten of Banban games, tension can explode at any second. Now let's move on to the second soundtrack, and here things start to change dramatically. This second track is very different from the first one. Right from the first few seconds, we hear a faster, more intense, adrenaline-filled rhythm that immediately gives us a sense of danger. It's the kind of music that plays when you simply can't stop, because something or someone is chasing you. In fact, in the trailer, this soundtrack plays exactly when the new character Lobster is running after us. His design is threatening, and the way he moves adds tension and pressure, and this music amplifies all of that. So we can assume that this track is used during chase sequences, most likely when we're trying to escape from Lobster, dodging traps, or obstacles along the way. But that's not all. Considering that Banban also seems to have an increasingly dark and twisted role in Chapter 8, it's very possible that we'll hear this same music when we have to run from him too. There will be a scene where Banban completely loses control with his new transformation and comes after us, and this soundtrack would be the perfect fit for that moment of pure tension. This music is made to make us run, to panic, to lose focus, and that's exactly what makes it so effective. And now let's move on to the third soundtrack. This track is really special and it immediately caught my attention when I watched the trailer. We hear it at a very specific moment, when Flambeau appears and he seems to arrive heroically from above, almost like a savior dropping into the middle of the chaos. It's a short scene, but enough to make us realize that Flambeau might play a much bigger role than we expected. That's exactly why I decided to name this OST Auntie Devil, which is also Flambeau's second name. The name fits perfectly with the tone of the music and the way the character makes his entrance, like a hero standing against something much darker and more dangerous. Compared to the previous soundtrack, this one still has an intense rhythm, but it's much more epic and heroic. The notes seem to express hope, strength and determination. It's the kind of music that makes you feel something important is happening or about to happen. So in my opinion, in the game there will be a moment when we're rescued by someone, maybe by Flambeau himself, and we'll hear this soundtrack playing in the background. Or we might hear it after completing a really important mission, as if the game is rewarding us with an epic moment that celebrates our progress. It's a track that breaks the tension for a moment, but at the same time prepares us for something even bigger. It's not just a pause, it's a burst of energy, a sign that a major turning point is coming in the story. Now let's take a look at the fourth and final soundtrack. This one is much shorter than the others, and it has a much more calm and gentle tone. We hear it in the trailer during a very unique and emotional moment, when baby Stinger Flynn appears. And in that exact scene, something truly surprising happens. Baby Stinger Flynn calls us mommy. That little detail, even if it seems small, could hide something huge. It makes us think that baby Stinger Flynn might actually be the child of the protagonist, but for some mysterious reason has been transformed into that creature, a transformation that could be tied to the experiments in the clinic or to some other secret we don't know yet. Of course, there are so many theories we could build from this, and we'll talk about them in future videos, because there are more hidden details that seem to support this idea. In any case, this fourth soundtrack might appear in the game right at the moment when we're about to meet our child, who now has the appearance of baby Stinger Flynn. It's the kind of music that plays during a scene, full of mystery and unanswered questions. And now we've reached the final recap. In this video, we listened to and analyzed the 4 main soundtracks from the final trailer of Garten of Banban 8. Each track gave us different vibes, new emotions, and lots of clues about what we might experience in the game. The first soundtrack was ambient, calm, and relaxing. Most likely, it will be used during exploration moments, maybe inside the prison, Syrinjon's clinic, or while moving through parts of the city. The second soundtrack was completely different. With an intense and fast rhythm, it gives us the feeling of having to escape from immediate danger. We heard it in the trailer during the chase with Lobster, so it's very likely to be used during escape sequences, maybe even when running from Banban himself. Then we looked at the third soundtrack, the one I named Auntie Devil. It's an epic and heroic track, and we hear it right when Flambeau drops from above like a true hero. I believe it will be used in a moment where we're saved, or possibly after completing an important mission. Finally, we listened to the fourth and final soundtrack, much shorter and softer, but full of meaning. Thank you so much for watching the video until the end. Bye bye!